welcome along and welcome back to Frühling. It is 1st day of November and we are heading back down to the fields because we have the sunflowers here ready. And I've been thinking long and hard about what we're going to put in these fields. And we might have come to this conclusion last time, but I think we can put corn in probably the sunflower field and then sorghum in the field here in field 6. And my reasoning behind that is because we need sorghum really for the horse. So a small field of that will help feed Hope. And yeah, we should be able to get this knocked out fairly quickly. I'm hoping to get this field knocked out fairly quickly because we need to get doing some selling today, and I could also do with cutting some grass today. We are almost there in being able to get the skid steer. The skid steer is 25,000. I'm going to keep the price down on it by putting a front loader attacher onto the front of it and not skid steer attacher, seeing as we already have front loader tools, and that makes it compatible with our Xerion's front loader as well, and reduces the number of tools we need to then buy on the farm. We have a fair amount then of eggs to sell. We've got about £7,000 worth of eggs to sell today, and they have reached their best price, so I want to catch that while they're doing so well. And that will take us, well, that would take us up to 30,000 and give us easily enough to buy the skid steer. I would like to buy the skid steer first. So what I might end up doing is we have a huge amount of silage now. So I think once we've got these sunflowers harvested and we've got this out of the way, we can go and sell a bit of silage, get the skid steer, and then sell the eggs. Field of winter wheat over there is looking really good. I'm quite pleased with how well that's gone in. Of course, we plowed that field, so we're not expecting any weeds to appear, and that makes things a little bit easier for us with so much to do today. I think we can get round and get the grass field done. That would be very good. That is, I think, a full 2 headlands. Should give us enough space to turn around, especially with the space at the ends of the fields. And I don't want to really go much further, so we'll cut in here. And oh, must remember to put the header down in order to actually harvest anything. It doesn't drop very far when cutting the sunflowers, so in my defense, it's quite difficult to really tell whether I've got the header lowered or raised. We are only just hitting 50% full, so while the yield is up on this field, I don't think we're going to get a huge amount of crop off of here. I think we're probably going to end up with a full tank on the combine, not much more. We've just hit 80% and there's really only 2 rows left on here. So not expecting, as I said, more than a full tank on this combine. And this is not a huge combine either. You know, this is this only holds just over 5,000 liters, so not a massive amount off here. Have missed a little bit down the edge, so just back this up here. Make sure we're properly lined up for our final row. And yeah, we'll get all of this row in very nicely, and then we'll head over the other side of the field. There might be a few stalks and bits across this field that have been missed, so I need to go back. And in fact, yeah, I've just done exactly that there. This is pretty much an exact fit into this, so getting that that little bit missed there, that's not great. However, yeah, we're up to 90%, so we're not going to be far off a full tank. Here's that little strip I missed. I'll make sure we get all of this. Not adding a huge amount, but still adding something. 96%. take a quick look at the map, and looks like there's a thin strip there and a thin strip down there. So we'll just pull over to this side of the field, and I can see the bit where it's not colored. Anything here? Yeah, there's a little bit here. Very little bit there. And then we got the same on the other side. Lift up the header, and actually you can see on the field where it has where it's not actually given us a yield down this side here, and there is some just to quickly pick up right on the edge of the field here. It's adding a few extra liters, and as we know, every liter counts on here. We really need to get as much in as possible. And yeah, there's stuff all the way down this side here, just where we haven't quite got right up to the edge. And we have the same in this corner down here, just a little patch down the corner here. Yeah, there, and that has got it. We are at 96% full. We will put out, or we'll turn off, turn all of that off. Don't need to fold up. I keep trying to fold up, but I don't want to do that. I want to get the auger out so that we can empty. Turning these two fields around shouldn't be much work for our tractors over the winter. We need them ready around March time to plant the sorghum and the corn. Yes, because then we've got sunflowers going into that field over there. If working everything out can be a little bit of fun. Right, so let's empty this out, and then we will start folding everything up. So we can fold the header up while it's emptying. We won't fold the combine until we've finished emptying. Combine is just about empty. There we go. So auger back in. And once that's folded in, I will fold up the combine itself. There we are. Right, this can go back to the farm, and not a moment too soon. Look at the fuel level on this. This is really low. But it's got the job done for the year, and we'll just have to go and, well, hopefully we've got enough fuel in it so that next year we can go and refuel it before we get the harvest started. So I'm going to try and get the combine. We may have tried this before. No, in fact, I have tried this before. I was going to say we may try and get the combine in the shed over here, but I don't think that it will actually fit in there. Or it might fit in that shed there without the header on. This has been my repair shed, but I think we if we can fit the combine in here, it would be a good place to put it. So let's just back it in. There is a shed outside that I would quite like to get for the combine, but I don't think it will fit. Even if the combine doesn't fit in here, it does have an inspection required, so we might as well back it into here and get that done. Yeah, it would. The combine will fit, the header will not. So we'll put this down, we'll lower the header, and then we will get an inspection started on it. So start the inspection, yes, and that has had a heavy year of work. And that just means that we need to get this trailer full of sunflowers tipped into our shed. We'll then go and sell off some silage, see if we can grab ourselves a skid steer, and then go and load up these eggs. So should work out fairly well. Have my eye on a Massey Ferguson skid steer, and it would have been really nice for it to come up in the second-hand shop, but it hasn't. There is a cheaper John Deere one, but we would have to spend money on getting attachments for it, which I don't really want to do. So let's unload this. There we go. Up it goes. And then we're going to have a fair amount of sunflowers to sell this year, I think. Yeah, prices are looking quite good. 16,000 liters. So we're looking at getting about 23,000 for the sunflowers. That's great. We're looking at getting 29,000 for the corn if we can hit both best price on both of those. Corn especially is half its best price at the moment. And we've got oats that we should get about 4,500 in January. So January is going to be a big selling month to try and get all of this stuff sold. We need to hold enough back to feed our various animals. So I've got to keep an eye on that. As you can see, though, eggs currently at their best price, £200 above. So let's get this skid steer. Let's get some sold silage, and we can go and grab the skid steer then. So load this up. Silage, so you've got 95,000. A single trailer of this, a single 10,000, 11,000 litre trailer should be enough. Best price to sell, or best place to sell silage is the animal dealer. We're not massively off best price, so a single trailer of this will do us nicely. And yeah, that will kickstart things going again. We only need about 2 to 3 grand off this, and I think that is all we're going to get, to be honest. I'll bring it down here and tip it up. Like so. Although our environmental score, I don't know how good or bad that is at the moment. We have got the 25,000 we need, though. And in fact, we're going to go that little bit beyond it. Wow, that's way more than I expected. 3,809 plus 359. Yeah, that is more than enough. So we'll get this back to the farm. We'll drop it off. And then I'm going to go and buy myself a skid steer. So this is the skid steer I want, the Massey Ferguson 711. We are going to put a front loader bracket on the front of it because that'll be more useful to us. We'll go with the Trelleborg tires. We can go with, wow, extra 500. No, those will do us fine. Design, we can have sunshade, forestry, or standard. Sunshade adds 500 to it. Main color, we want the Massey red. Rim color, we want the Massey gray. And yeah, that works very nicely for it. 27,900, which we do just have enough for. And picking somebody at random to go on the number plate, Jeremy Cripps, thank you. You have been selected at random from the Tractor Driver and above patrons and YouTube channel members. So these number plates are really restrictive. So I'm going to go with JRMY for Jeremy at 100. And we will okay that. And yeah, there we go. That is going to be our little skid steer. Let's buy that. Yes, 27,900. And down at the shop, just as the rain has started, it shouldn't last very long. There's our little Massey Ferguson. So we'll jump into this. Start it up. And away we go. This is going to be perfect for what we need. Now that I've spent all this money on this skid steer, I really do need to load up and get the money in from the eggs. We got 234 pounds, and that is not going to last us. Right, start this up. Now, the thing about this tractor is I don't think this has enough maneuverability for us to get anywhere near picking all of those eggs up. So drop that down. We will drop off the front and just put the fence back in the shed. Keep it away from the other tail spike. Right, there we go. And then can attach this to the front because we have got the front loader attacher. That on there. Brilliant. And then into reverse. We'll go around the other side and go and start loading up these eggs. One thing I love about this skid steer is pure visibility. Just, I can see absolutely everything. First person is just a dream with this. So we'll lift that up. You can see we're nicely aligned. Down a little bit. Carefully and up. There we go. And we've only got 2 pallets of eggs here to sell. So it's going to be quite a big flatbed trailer for that. But this is what we have the flatbed for. Is for selling stuff off. So back that off. And there we go. That's 1 loaded on. Back up there. And yeah, there is no way I would have got the Xylon in this space here to load these up. Just not enough space. There's barely enough space for us to do the cheese last time, or a couple of videos ago, I think it was. And yeah, so this is an absolute must-have purchase on this farm. Makes the world of difference. I think we're going to probably end up using the forks on this a lot, and the bale spike on the Xylon a lot, because, well, that's going to go out to the field and pick everything up. I'm going to park this out the way over here, like that, and there we go. We'll strap these down, and then best place to sell the eggs, that would be the farmer's market. So we'll tag that. I have a rough idea where that is. Yeah, it's up that way. So let's go. I mean, go through the actual yard. If I take a wide enough berth, we should be able to get this fairly long trailer through here. Yeah, there we go. No issue at all. Like everything on this map, the farmer's market is really easy to get to. There's a pretty direct route to it. Although we have to go across country. I think a good thing to do on here, and if I had more time, I would probably end up doing a full sale of, or try and purchase the whole map on here. Those are selling off quite well. And yeah, we're expecting about 8,000 off this. And there we go. 7,204 plus 679. So yeah, nearly 8,000 off it. Let's get all of the pies undone, and then we'll scoot out the other side here and head back to the farm. Put this back in the yard. Looking at, I don't think the combine will fit under that lean-to there, so I don't think that's a good place to store it. However, this shed here, this might take the combine really well, and we can always find somewhere else to store this trailer. In fact, there's plenty of other places to store this trailer. So I think we might look at putting the combine here for the winter. I'm going to close all this up for now. So we're leaving way too many of our doors open here. There we go. Yeah, it's this shed here. The tractors could go in there, but their use and easy access, this shed works better. And I could, in all fairness, stick the combine back in that shed. That would be fine. Right, let's get this tractor back in the shed, speaking of that. And I'm going to see if we can cut and head the field today. And then tomorrow, once it's dried out a little bit, we'll be able to windrow it up and make some bales from it. It's the best way to go. So we need to drop the front loader off of the Xylon here. Listen forward. I keep leaving all my tractors in reverse, and that's not helpful. Right, yeah. Okay, all the attachments and everything for the Xylon are in this shed. So I need to angle that up like that, right up. We then bring this to here. Good. Disconnect and disconnect. Yeah. So the trick with this is angle that up as much as possible, and it will come off every time. And you can see the turning circle on this does not let us turn all the way out of this shed with that close. That is a little bit ridiculous. And we've got free access to the mower. So into this. But yeah, we're going to have to move the baler out the way in order to get access to the tether. Pylon out and back around. I need to find somewhere to put a pressure washer, somewhere that's accessible to everything, because right now we don't have one, and it would be really useful. In fact, what I need is a tap, because if we're still going with the vintage stuff, a pressure washer, I don't think we can get one that is old enough. So we will need to get a tap and a hose and wash our equipment that way. Into the field, unfold everything. Turn ourselves, yeah, and turn everything on. Go in the right direction and drop everything down. And away we go. Definite yield drop this cut compared to the last one. Going from a dark green to a light green on this side of the field. I think this is due to a lack of fertilizing. We didn't fertilize after the last cut. And as a result, it is definitely affecting the yield on this cut. Slightly annoying. We are doing this though because we need the hay, so we'll come in here and we'll get this tethered for hay. As I said, I'm not sure we'll be able to get this both tethered and windrowed, and in fact not just tethered and windrowed, but tethered, windrowed and baled today. That would surprise me if we have enough time for that, seeing as it's already 20 to 3. So getting the tedding and the cutting done today, that I think would be enough and would really set us up going into the second day of November for finishing this job off and getting rid of the weeds that we have in our other field. I've still yet to find a hoe to do that with, so we're going to go and search for that. We'll see if we can sort that little problem out, and if I can get a hoe, then that will be no issue at all. Otherwise we will have to spray herbicide, and that is going to affect our yield, which I'd prefer not to do for obvious reasons. All right, lift this at the end, spin us round. Not a lot of quick maneuvering from this, but it's doing okay. And I do like this Xylon on the mower. It works very well for me and gets the job done really quickly. It's not the most maneuverable thing. I was going to say it is a little bit more maneuverable, but not really. If it had the all-wheel steer that tractors of this type often have, then it would be more useful. But yeah, it doesn't really. It's just more for the visibility, and then I'm not always sure the visibility is good enough to warrant it. It's an odd track to this, it really is. Last little section and the whole field is done, and we're making good time. As I said, I don't think we'll row this up today. I think we'll be done once we've tethered it. So up and fold. Then we'll go and drop these back off in the shed. And I need to move the baler out the way so that I can get at the header behind it when things get interesting. This isn't really big enough, or this shed isn't big enough really to have this up. So I need to unfold that as we get back. We need to unfold it anyway to drop it down. So drop that down. Uncouple it. Yeah, nicely out of the way. And we've got the same on the front. Just maneuver around. And drop the front off in here as well. Up to it. And we need to lower it first. Lower it down. Right, and disconnect. Okay, then we'll pull baler out the way. We'll park it somewhere out because we are going to need access to it soon. Bring it over here and next up. Like so. Just pull it forwards. And I might come in with the Deutz actually and do the tedding in that. Then we've got a Deutz tractor with a far tedder on the back. Unfold. And yeah, this does do around about the same width as the mower cuts. So it works really well, this little tedder. It's really very, very efficient. There's not much to say about it. I'm very happy with how it works, and it's just motoring through this field. We are at 4:20, and so this is, well, you can see actually the sun is setting, so we've not got a lot of light left. I am pleased with the way today's gone. We've managed to get the skid steer. That is a piece of equipment we've needed for a little while on here. We've got money in the bank, which is great, and we are a month to 2 months away from a really big payday from our fields. So that's great. We only have 3 fields still to plant, which we'll plant in the spring. We'll make sure that once we got the payday, that we have enough money left, or that we actually go and buy everything we need to get those fields planted. I think we're probably going to need a couple of pallets of seed to do that. We're probably going to need some liquid fertilizer as well. So all of that should be able to be purchased once we have the money in from this year's harvest. And in fact, we'll get another boost around about March when the sunflowers come in as well. Last little bit, and yeah, it's really beginning to get dark as we approach 5 o'clock. So turn these off, fold them up, and we're great. That is all done. So next time we'll get this road up and we will then get it all baled. But that has been a very productive day on the farm. We've managed to get the new skid steer. We've managed to get the grass cut and tethered, ready for turning into some silage or some hay bales next time. And we've sold the eggs and got ourselves a little bit of money in. Things are beginning to look up on Frühling. So yeah, join us next time and we'll see where it takes us then. For now, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.